having to make sure that Mantis introduces him as a 3-time champion. In his defense, it is the truth. Ketia's still trying to talk his way out of this match. I don't think you're going to talk a guy like Royce Isaacs out of a title shot. And the presentation of the championship to the crowd. That is the prize. Of course, the gold belt's only part of the prize. The payday, the fame from being the Pacific Northwest champion, something that Ketia knows all too well, with this being his 3rd reign. The bell is rung and we're underway. An impromptu first match. And of course, Ketia takes a powder. Ketia didn't want any of Chase James, and he also does not want any of Royce Isaacs. You know, when the crowd is talking like this, I feel like I don't have a job anymore. But I'm sure you'd rather hear from them than from me. I know I would. Ketia slowly getting back into the ring, getting warmed up. As much as Ketia does not want this fight, this is going to be a great fight. Collar and elbow tie-up. Royce Isaacs, obviously, with a power advantage, forcing Ketia back into the corner. Now, here is that big question. Are we going to see a clean break? Isaacs clean. Ketia not. Yeah, don't shove the Mile High Samurai if you can't take the shove back. Isaacs making sure that he stays loose. Isaacs has got to make sure that these mind games that Ketia is trying to play with him do not work, and that he is able to stay on his game. Because if he can force Ketia into the power game, we're going to have a new champion. Ketia finesses Isaacs back into the corner. Very proud of himself. And kind of rubbing his arms on Isaacs' face. And again, as much as I'm not a fan of Ketia right now, backing away from a charging Royce Isaacs is a very smart thing to do. If I had Royce charging me like that, you would see a Willie Largeman-shaped hole in the wall from where I left. And that forearm was like a fly landed on him. And again, I think Isaacs can take those all day. Isaacs going to let him have one more. Ketia winding up, getting ready. Isaacs is not playing around. Big right hand to the face of the Pacific Northwest champion. Back into the ropes. Oh! Now that did not sound like one of those pretty chops. That sounded like a thump. Elbow to the head of Ketia as he almost spills off the screen towards us. Isaacs winds up and is just punishing Ketia. And I don't think Ketia's getting away that easy now that Isaacs finally has his hands on him. Corner to corner, charges in, big clothesline, and that's not enough. Nine big clotheslines, but there's got to be a 10th, right? Nope. Ketia ducks. But Isaacs gets him on the rebound. The challenger standing tall as the crowd is cheering him on. Ketia once again taking a powder to the floor. And Isaacs is being... Oh, I spoke too soon. I thought Isaacs was being smart and not following him, not trying to fall into Ketia's game. But Ketia now trying to leave. But again, he forgot about the obstacle. Filthy Tom is going to make sure that Ketia stays, and Royce Isaacs now. Is he going to... What is Isaacs doing? Royce Isaacs is not just holding him up in a vertical suplex, which is hard enough, but he is taking Ketia on tour. Round and round, what goes around comes around. Some Quiet Riot type suplex here. Filthy trying to get the crowd going even more. What is Royce going to do with him? Just slams him down onto the apron of the ring. And yeah, I don't think we needed the post to know how strong Royce Isaacs is. Oh my goodness. Isaacs now throwing him back in the ring, of course. It is champion's advantage. Only a 1 count from the referee. Champion does have the advantage. Royce has to beat Ketia. Pinfall or submission in that ring. And a big Saito suplex. If I may use an overused cliche, he put some stank on that one. And that one got a 2 count. Ketia now trying to get away from Royce. But Royce going right after him. Or not. I guess he saw that he moved. Ketia now being brought up to the apron again. But Ketia's got a firm grip on those tree trunks type legs of Isaacs and just drops the leg across the middle rope. If there is a way to get to Isaacs, it could be taking on one of those legs, and that is the exact plan it looks like that Ketia has. Going from the clip, now has the leg on the ropes and drops his weight. Bending the knee joint the way it's, one of the ways it's not supposed to be bent. Ketia now pulling Royce to the outside, playing his foot like a guitar before trying to tune it off of the apron. Ketia measuring him. Sliding drop kick on the carpeted floor. Now, yes, this is carpet on the floor here at the Players and Spectators Event Center, but it's very thin. And right below it, I don't know for sure if it's concrete, but when I was walking on it earlier, it sure felt like concrete. Ketia, now I've seen people wrap a leg around the post, but I don't think I've seen that done while a guy is standing. Ketia, he's going to try to rip that leg off and take it home with him, it looks like. Oh, right run Royce was starting to mount a little bit of a recovery. Ketia smacks his leg against the ring frame. And a big boot to the face. Now, Ketia is not at all a slouch in that ring. Big stomp to the leg. He won the ladder match at Monumental. And now, stepping over, we're going to see a figure 4. No. Ketia's going old school. An old school Dory Funk spinning toe hold. And Isaacs, just out of desperation, kicking Ketia off. And just changes his strategy, putting his weight on that knee and bending it. But Isaacs grabs him. This could be a choke. If Isaacs gets the claws in deep, this could be the end. A very short end to Ketia's third reign as the Pacific Northwest champion. But Ketia gets rolled over into the ropes and Isaacs is forced to break. Ketia was very close to losing that championship, and he has to know it. Isaacs sort of stumbling around, jawbreaker into the mule kick, and now a knee DT. Ketia going for the victory. He's got a 2 count. So much upper body strength there for Royce Isaacs. Ketia's got to do less wondering what to do and just start doing. Big punch to the head of Royce Isaacs and a big kick to the knee. Another forearm. And I think he just made Royce Isaacs angry. Forearm. Isaacs showing that fighting spirit. Taking the pain and liking it. Ketia now trying to scoop him up. Fireman's carry. But Isaacs struggling with him. Isaacs with the elbows. And now, Ketia spinning soul butt. And Ketia's signaling for the knee lift. But when you signal for a move, you're not just telling the audience, you're also telling your opponent. And Royce Isaacs suckered him in and just walloped him with that lariat. And Isaacs now has some precious time to try to work out the kinks in that knee. Picking Ketia up. And a huge overhead belly-to-belly suplex. He threw Ketia like Ketia was a child, and he's going to do it again. One more time. This cannot be the type of punishment that Ketia was expecting or training for. Royce Isaacs is a very different kind of wrestler than Chase James. And a third overhead belly-to-belly suplex from the Mile High Samurai. And he's starting to feel it. That adrenaline is pumping through his veins. Is the adrenaline going to be able to counteract the pain that Ketia is causing his knee? He's signaling for the end. He's going for the pump handle. Lift, takes him over, got the bridge, 2 and no. Ketia with the kick out. And Ketia once again. You could call it cowardly, and I do, but it's incredibly smart as the champion to make Isaacs chase him, especially with the punishment that he's put on Isaacs' knee. And Ketia now going to that standby. That steel chair. That chair that he used to injure Chase James earlier tonight. Ketia doesn't care. If he gets disqualified, he's still the champion. He may get the shorter end of the purse of the night. But Isaacs knows what's going on and just a big wind-up elbow. Isaacs puts him into the ropes. Going for a tilt-a-whirl. Side slam. 3, 2. Ketia somehow, through the will and desire to be champion, got his shoulder up after that huge slam. And Isaacs is starting to get frustrated. And now, Isaacs onto his feet, just pointing at Ketia, signaling for the end, as Ketia is trying to reason with him. I don't think there's going to be reasoning when there's a championship on the line. Isaacs just bluntly saying, we are going to end this now, as Ketia is just trying to beg and plead with Royce Isaacs. Ketia trying to catch him low, but Isaacs caught it. And Isaacs went high with the forearm, 3-point stance. And bursts into the corner with a running European uppercut and a big old boot. That still had to hurt Isaacs. That knee cannot be 100%. Ketia now with the chair. Filthy sees the chair. Filthy grabs the chair. Thank goodness for Filthy. If Filthy didn't grab that chair, now Isaacs with the roll-up. The referee, distracted by Filthy, still on the apron. Wait a minute, Ketia knocks Isaacs into Filthy. Ketia's got a handful of trunks. Oh! And Ketia escapes with the championship. It's hard to call that a victory worthy of the Pacific Northwest Championship. But all that Ketia cares about is that he got the victory. He got one over on Chase James, and now he's gotten one over on Royce Isaacs. Filthy, not happy with the result. But Ketia is.